here for V3 Faction War. This is Argus, Desert Gate and Orks versus Tyranids. For the blue Orky team, we've got two Mekboys. First up is Torpid, and we also have Toilailee. These guys are teleporting commanders with some powerful ranged weapons, but also support, disrupt, build structures, and repair some useful little orcs. And alongside, in between them, in fact, is Piano Man as a war boss, a melee commander can walk through objects from very good offense, disruption, and support from the front lines, and perpetual anger. Red Tyranid team, we have Hiveminion as a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed on powerful offense, disruption, and supports. Begins in melee combat with a basic synapse alongside a couple of Ravener alphas. It's good old Floid. And we also have Qwest. These guys are tunneling heroes with some good mobility, offense, and a little bit of support to begin in range combat, but can get melee weapons. Torpid on this relatively narrow west side might see him get looters, maybe even double looters, or perhaps one looters with the death gun for his mech. For those that don't know, Torpid is one of the players who looks after the balance of elite mod these days. Maybe we'll see some electric armor over here. Toilailee on the east side, he's got some shooters late capping there. I guess they wanted these sluggers in amongst the VP early on. We might see the fabled and very, very rare Mekboy turret on this east side, trying to pick off some Tyranid models maybe. Hive Tyrant in amongst these sluggers here. Going to be a bit dicey for him, I think, unless he can get a special attack. He does get a special attack. Now, how does he get a special? Because those sluggers weren't moving. Did they really start with... I assume they all start with like 70 melee skill. Anyway, maybe just got lucky. Maybe one of them was moving slightly. Maybe just one model moving is enough to get a flank inwards there. Sorry, outwards by Piano Man's triple sluggers. One of them sent back to base though. I guess they tangled with Floid momentarily. Mekboy lucky to get away perhaps. His sluggers also off the field. He's getting some looters up. And hopefully Piano Man will get the boss pole, because I love that thing. It should be a rule in faction wars. You have to get the boss pole as an orc player. As a war boss, more specifically. Ormagaunt's decapping the VP and trying to eat the war boss. Now go back to capping, will they? Nope, they're moving west towards the shooters, who are going to get flanked pretty nicely here. Good play by Floid. This is dicey because one of these squads is relatively low on health. These guys, they've already dropped a model in fact. We'll see what these Ormagaunt's can do. They're getting their adrenal glands right just in time as well. Look at this. Oh, dodgy retreat. This is dangerous. One model left that can jump after it. There's the jump, and they do take it down. Ormagaunt's early on with their adrenal glands can be incredibly painful. 10% more damage from those 8 models is not bad at all. There are those looters with their pretty dangerous death gun. Does a lot of damage up close and suppresses targets, of course. Ravener Brood on the way for Hiveminion. We already have Warrior Broods out for Floid and Qwest, both in their default melee state. You see that eye decorator showing you that they are detectors. Also that fancy fist means they have power melee, 18 DPS I believe, a nice little jump. I assume at least one of them is going to have a Barb Strangler. There's that leap in. Mekboy teleports out though. No electric armor yet from these fellas. Don't think Floyd wants this fight very much because his Termagants are kind of left out there. Doesn't have any toxin sacks yet. Stormboy's on the field for Piano Man. He's going full on melee. He's got to get the boss pole then, surely. He's got spiky armor. Sluggers forced to retreat. You see Stormboys going after the Barb Strangler Warriors because they are heavily armored. And the power melee of the Stormboys will do a lot of damage over there. That's a nasty retreat though. Affectionately referred to as Bleed Boys by many players, these guys, because they tend to drop a lot of models in tier 1 and often don't survive to tier 2. This war boss needs to run away, and he takes the path of most resistance through a wall, but that's what war bosses do. It looks like it's going to be alright. He's got away kind of lucky a few times. Piano Man getting more Stormboys, that might be a mistake. A genuine mistake. He might have just left them on Overwatch here. You see that classic Hiveminion colour scheme, that kind of off yellow and off white. He does like his Tyrant Guards, Hiveminion. Known for getting 2 of them out in tier 2 and riding that into tier 3, we'll see. Decent map for Tyrant Guards, I think. Can kind of patrol this east side with impunity, back them up with some capillary towers and stuff. He does get the double Stormboys out. So whether it was a mistake or not, he's got it now. Uh-oh, Torpid in trouble on his west side. Looks like he dropped another squad. Not sure what It was his sluggers, I suppose. No, his sluggers. Oh, he's replaced sluggers here. They've got burners up. No war gear from this mech. He's almost level 2. Just needs to look at something funny. He'll level up. Here comes the cavalry, the very green cavalry. Stormboy's jumping in, but it's not a very effective jump. Not very good at chasing stuff in general, those guys. But they do have the Bomber Boys thing, which kind of makes up for that. 486, 399, 2-1 cap for the red Tyranids, and they're pushing the east side with lots of ranged acidic Tyranid stuff. They like literally shoot little insects at you, don't they? Mixed with acid probably, because they're cool like that. Completely bashed the power there, didn't take long. And we might see the ranged synapse aura for the Raveners. I never know, because it's a synapse, it's not going to stack between them. Right? Hive Tyrant has no war gear either. Surprised we haven't seen the rending talons from him, since there's a lot of melee on the field. Double Stormboys, triple sluggers just from Piano Man. Toilailee also has his sluggers still. War boss shut down by the toxin sats crippling. Boys, it's all kicking off over here. There's a hive node going up from Floid. Pretty cool little Tyranid structure. Damages nearby enemies, also drastically reduces outgoing and incoming range damage. Warrior Brood getting away. Stormboy is doing some good work. But as the engagement starts to end, who's going to be left? Hive Tyrant of Hiveminion is still in there. It's a nice special attack again. I was going to say, how the hell did those guys reinforce? It's a pool of boys there from Toilailee, I believe. Keeps his shooters in play there. They've got their big shooters and stuff. Now shooting up this Raven Alpha. He's going to die. This is Floid. Yeah, he's going to die. Maybe he thinks he can get revived relatively easily from that central position. We'll see. There's a Ravener tunnel. The guys just got out of it. Ravener Brood here capping from Qwest. At some point, these western side players will start to transition to the middle. But not quite yet, I don't think. Not really seen Torpid get close to this power. Maybe now he's got the chance to do so with some burner sluggers. I guess having a setup team does limit your ability to move around the map a little bit. Sluggers here getting caught by mounds of range damage. And they run the hell away. Mekboy of Toilailee hits level 2. No war gear. There's that Barb Strangler doing its thing. Instant suppression and decent damage too. It's a nice little weapon. Relatively short range though. Are you going to shoot at the war boss? There we go. These termagants need to back away. Bit of an odd place really for that hive node. The war boss goes down. Yes, he does. He doesn't escape that time. 425, 399. Toilailee, oh, he's down to 2 units, looters and shooter boys. We've got a death dread on the field for Torpid, and the Mekboy can support vehicles pretty well with his Cult of Speed Global, I think it's called, and also his battery pack, which apparently heals vehicles unless that was at some point removed. Pretty cool idea for a healing ability to affect vehicles, I think. That was in early Elite Mod days in a way. It might have been removed by now. Toilailee getting some stick bombers. Tyrant Guard on the way for Qwest. Floid. In fact, Piano Man will be the last player to go tier 2 because he did get those double Stormboys up and some Warboss war gear. Has lost one of his sluggers, but they both have burners, so he's spent quite a lot of power in tier 1. I think Stormboys are 35 power these days. This is Torpid's Death Dread coming over to this east side. With its burners and bits on, gives it 300 more hit points, up to 950. I believe it used to give 400 more. And 12.5 flame DPS is pretty good for a flamer. Is that off each of those flamers? Of those burners, I should say? Or is it combined? Because if that's each, that's a hell of a lot. Just put him in range stance and burn down those termagants. We saw the seismic roar. He's actually fully kitting himself out here, Hiveminion, which I guess is why he doesn't have any ranged, any tier 2 units on the field. He's got improved Synapse 2 and Psychic Scream. These things pretty cool. I believe it's a 30 seconds, the 30%, no 15 seconds, sorry, the 30% less damage it lasts. Which is a pretty good amount of time. They're finally going to take down this Hive node, are they? I guess so. Down it goes. And that tunnel, get some red and stuff for that. What's this? Tyranids pushing up the west side. Toilailee not getting double stick bombs, it looks like. And nobody getting a weird boy yet. That's very strange. Piano Man pretty late into tier 2 here. Qwest with that Tyrant guard. Where is it? There it is. Big mound of super heavy infantry hit points. Can charge. Has a nice special attack. But it's very slow. Unless it's in the synapse, then it's not too bad. But Qwest doesn't actually have any synapse creatures. So you might need to support it with some capillary towers here. Don't think it really wants to fight a Death Dread. Has a lot more hit points, but they're not vehicle hit points. So the heavy melee of the Death Dread will do full damage to this guy, but he will only do half damage to the vehicle armor of the Death Dread. Now he's been caught by a double Storm Boys here. I don't think he wants to fight this. Power melee doing extra damage to this guy, and he's going to go down so quick. Look at this. Down he goes. And Storm Boys have their Knob Leader now. Do they both have their Knob Leader? Yes, they do now. That's a pretty dangerous melee force. Speaking of melee force, Floid getting some Gene Stealers on the field. These guys are your melee superiority unit, but I don't think they can fight double Sluggers and double Storm Boys and the Death Dread by themselves. Certainly not. They do have their Rending Claws. Floid, a big fan of getting Gene Stealers up. No melee synapse though, right? Yeah, Qwest, he's lost his Warrior Brood. And Floid going with the broken tooltip of the Thorax Swarm upgrade for the Warrior Brood there with Electroshock Grubs and Desiccator Larvae. We'll see if those things make an appearance. I guess Electroshock Grubs will be fired at this Death Dread for Gene Stealers to get in there. Does disable weaponry, which is always really powerful for a vehicle disable. Is he going for it now? Maybe. Lots of pressure still from the Orks. These Sluggers double buffed by the War Boss with Ard Boys and use your choppers. But they are forced to retreat because Gene Stealers are that scary. Using an Adrenal Rush there. And we do... Oh, these are Qwest Gene Stealers. So double Gene Stealers on the field might be enough for melee superiority, especially if the Hive Tyrant himself is around with improved Synapse and the Seismic Roar and, of course, the Psychic Stream. He's got some Rippers. I guess, yeah, he got them out of this capillary tower over here. Warrior Brood now with this Grenade Decorator. And there is the Electroshock Grubs doing some damage, slowing it down and disabling weapons. And now these heavy melee Gene Stealers can get stuck in. I believe Rending Claws is being removed from Tier 2 in next update. Perhaps in response to the Thorax Swarm now being around. You just saw Catalyst used on those Gene Stealers of Floid, doubling their damage, but causing them to take damage for the duration. That's a global ability of the Raven Alpha. I don't think it was required there, but they used it anyway, just to make sure the job is done. Nice usage of Crippling Poison there to make sure the Hive Tyrant gets away okay. Gotta hand it to Piano Man. He's not purchased a single ranged unit yet. Very, very orky. Slugger Boy's on the way for Torpid. He's going, wow. He's getting 4 Sluggers out. He's got a lot of red as well. We might see the pretty brutal melee fights going forward here. War Boss using his Stomp. He's got his Power Claw. Man, look at this big melee force he's got. And he doesn't get Boss Pole, he doesn't get Bang Bang Hammer. I mean, why do you need a Power Claw to fight these Tyranids in Tier 2, really? 360, 292. Not that the Angry Bits and the Power Claw are bad, of course, but it's about affecting the fight in the most drastic way you can with your hero, I think. I think the Bang Bang Hammer and Boss Pole would have done that. Oh, we have this Raven Alpha with a melee weapon. It's the Acid Splatter. Power melee damage with a piercing damage splash. He's got Regenerate too. I think he has an armor that gives him immunity to weapon knockback, I think. The Carapace thing that lets him tunnel. I think that's right. 340, 292. Some Tyranids caught in retreat, but they'll be alright. I guess we're not going to see any more vehicles, maybe ever, from the Orks with that Thorax Swarm around and those Gene Stealers. Pretty devastating combo. Who needs Zone Thropes? Tier 3 for Hiveminion, Tier 3 also for Toilailee. Did get double stick bombers out. What does he have on his mech? He's got Barry Pack. As we see this Hive Tyrant getting stuck in. Torpid of no war gear for his mech. And that fully kitted out war boss, of course. Why do I keep buying power, says Toilailee. One of the age-old Dawn of War 2 questions. Level 4 Hive Tyrant marching towards these Orks here. Might see some stun bombs thrown in. There we see some. You can tell it's stun bombs since they have a slightly more loopy and slow flight path. They also only throw one lot of stun bombs, not two, like they do with their stick bombs. Oh, wow, Hormagaunt's dangerous. Catching those stick bombers on retreat there and taking them down. Makes some Gene Stealers too. If there's one unit you don't want in your retreat path, it's Gene Stealers with Catalyst on them. Orcs surviving, barely. They are pretty depleted here though. All three players with not a whole lot to, whoa. Has he got, he does have sluggers and burners, slugger knobs I should say, and burners for all of his slugger squads here, Torpid. So that's a pretty scary melee force, but it is just an infantry melee force against Gene Stealers and a bunch of other Tyranid stuff. He got a zone throw here from Floid. Commandos for Toilailee. He's in tier 3. Does he have rocks? He's pretty close to having rocks. Torpid's going tier 3. He can certainly drop a rocks, which could be a game swinger here. Because Tyranids are looking pretty damn strong. Capping up this entire east side. There's a brood nest to help things reinforce. There's a capillary tower. Everyone's going tier 3 or is in tier 3 apart from Piano Man. Not sure if those war boss investments have really paid for themselves. We'll see. I mean, all you need is one kill of a Synapse creature and the engagement can really change for Tyranids. Double Storm Boys jumping in. Yes, use your choppers and Ard Boys again. And why not? You got to use them pretty liberally, I think, to come back here. We see another hide node going up. This is a big melee fight brewing down here. Pretty dicey. Storm Boys might go down on retreat. They do go down on retreat. Just stayed in a little bit too long. War Boss is still kicking some ass. He would have done so much better, surely, with the boss pole and with the bang hammer, I think. He would. I dare say they would have won that fight if he had the boss pole and the bang hammer. Is this slug gonna get away? Is Floyd Dragon Alpha trying to chase? I think he's gonna get away. He has the toxic miasma too. What is this? Oh. Is that Torpid? It is Torpid with the Mega Rumbler. Talk about disruption. Look at this. Can also one-shot generators, I think, which I still think is pretty silly. Did it really do a lot for him there? I guess he's killing those Hormagaunt's now. There we go. 268 to 249. Nobody's dropped a nuke yet that I've seen. Torpid still has plenty of red, so I don't think he has. Toilailee can now drop a nuke. 261, 249. As the Orks get rid of the Tyranids in the middle at least, but look at this east side. Still very alien and Tyranidy. Hive nodes all over the gaff. How much do these things cost? I think it's 220. War Boss repurchases himself. He's still in tier 2. Get some looters up. There's a Carnifex. Thornback from Hiveminion. What am I hearing over here? That Torpid has recognised that the east side is full of crap to fight, so he's going to come and try and decap this VP over here. It's Qwest defending. Got some Venom Brood, which are not really providing a whole lot. They don't even have their ranged Synapse. And their Venom Cannons are not going to hit their infantry very reliably at all. Takes out a tunnel over there. Why is this green and weird? Is that the Toxin Miasma hanging around? Storm Boys, there's that Bomber Boys. Wow, that's a really nice hit. Piano Man getting stuck in. There's the Mega Rumbler. Doesn't do anything on retreat, right? No. 222, 249. It can make people panic and retreat. Sluggers on capping duty. Tyranid is still dominating the east side as a Carnifex. Smack. Carnifex looks to get a buff, I think, in 2.71. The Thornback going to get a little bit more health. Leveling up here is Qwest's Raven Alpha. Do they both have Acid Splatter? They do. Awesome. Toilailee confused as to how they're in this game still. 222-237. They are fighting with very depleted numbers and hanging in there, but are these sluggers going to get away? Don't have any way to disrupt or slow down these Raveners here. I guess these guys aiming what's that was off cooldown. 222-227. Single cap now for Tyranids. They're going to get the 2-1, I guess, when all is said and done. Oh, turn off formation here. Still no sign of nukes. In fact, Toilailee, he must have nuked because he's got no red now. But where was it? I was here. So he did nuke. Not sure what it did. 206, 227. Oh, look at this. It's in Neurothroat. Using his Cataclysm, knockback and damage over time thing over there. Warboss just being a nuisance with Hard Boys on himself there. Certainly is taking a lot of fire, but something needs to back him up. Uh-oh. Neurothrope in trouble. Uses his paroxysm, but might pay for it with death. Oh no, that was a special attack. If that wasn't a special attack, that is a dead Neurothrope. That's bad. Unlucky there. Yeah, for Piano Man. And he knows it. Battle Wagon on the way for Toilailee. Famous, pretty famous for his Battle Wagon usage in 3v3 matches. We'll see how it goes. Swarm Lord on the way for Floid. Looted Tank is on the field for Torpid. Do they still have their Thorax Swarm? They do. Another Carnifex, this time from Qwest. Needs to get that Looted Tank at full range. Doesn't want the Carnifex getting anywhere near it. There's also a Venom Brood in play, of course, there. At least one. I think Qwest also has one. Yes, he does. There's that Mega Rumbler. It's rumbling to a formation now. Oh, it's stunning the Carnifex too. Look at that. And he gets away. I guess it holds up play if nothing else. There's that Battle Wagon. With units inside, you can tell by those light bars there. Which allows all of the guns to fire and gives it, I think, +1 speed. And it's flying all over the place. Awesome. If the Orks believe the Battle Wagon will fly, it will fly. It's still bouncing around. There we go. Chill out, fella. Put the brakes on. And he's got some tank busters ducking out. And there's Beamy Looters getting shots in too. Disrupted there by the Neurothrope. Cataclysm. There's that Swarm Lord with all these awesome synapses. Speed and reinforcement. Pretty good things to have as a Tyranid. Battle Wagon getting stuck, taking rear armor hits, but he'll be alright. Here is Qwest Carnifex. Looks like he's also getting a Thorax Swarm going. 110 VPs to 227. A Death Dread on the way for Piano Man, who's still stuck in tier 2. Torpid not using his red for nukes. Maybe he's waiting for the vital moment to save a cap or something. I'm not sure what this Neurothrope is trying to do. Oh, there we go. He's trying to disrupt these stick bombers. Carnifex chasing down the Battle Wagon. Gonna be alright, I think. I hear a Rocks. There is the end of it. And that was from Torpid. Not sure what it did. I don't see a huge amount of dead stuff over here. But it might help them get into this side. We now have a Venom Cannon Carnifex now. With Bonded Exoskeleton he's getting. And Warpfield is completely changing his entire loadout. Orks are going to retake the east side, I think. Ravenous Burrow striking and knocking back the Sluggers. Now getting stuck into the Sluggers. Are you going to shoot Looted Tank? There we go. Ravenous might die trying to defend this VP. No, Burrow striking and getting away, I think. They have the Enhanced Muscle Coil, which was what allowed them to do that first underground strike there. Level 1 Carnifex. What about Hiveminions? Is he leveled up yet? Nope. He's over on the east side. Here comes that Battle Wagon. Battle Wagon is doing some good work so far. But they want to be careful not to lose it. Don't want to hang around Gene Stealers, that's for sure. Tank Busters with the barrage. This guy seems stuck. Super stuck. He's going to go down. As soon as I say he's doing well, it goes down. But can they get the Carnifex here? They do get the Carnifex. Double Death Treads on the field for Piano Man. Maybe the Death Tread should be able to get a ranged weapon well, a new ranged weapon in tier 3. Like some rockets instead of those burners. I don't know if that's something that happens in tabletop and stuff. Hive node in a very strange place. Stuck on one warrior model for 5 minutes. What's he talking about? Oh, I think it's talking about his battle wagon. Toilailee over there. Floid getting a Carnifex of his own. Barb Strangler surely. I can't believe we've got 2 Carnifexes. Well, we had 2 Carnifexes and not one of them was a Barb Strangler. Orks have the east side, but what is this? It was the Raven Alpha being sneaky and decapping things. And of course, Dev Treads can't cap. Here comes the War Boss though, and a bunch of other stuff. 63, 212. Orks are hanging on. Really struggled to keep hold of this east side for any amount of time, the old Orks. Looks like that looted tank went down also. Don't even have that stuff capped. Piano Man has a lot of red. Can't do any rocks though in tier 2. 1-to-1 cap. Venom Brood trying to decap, and they're gonna do it. Trying to keep that Hive Tyrant tied up, I think. There we go. Might take him down. Oh no, Electroshock grubs from the Warrior Brood there. Level 4 Warrior Brood. There's that awesome special from the Death Tread. These Death Treads doing a pretty good job, to be honest. Soaking up a lot of damage, getting stuck into stuff. Big blob of termagants just waiting to get smacked around, but these guys turn into the Tormagants. 63, 209. We might see the Raveners swapping to ranged weapons. In fact, Floyd already has got his Corrosive Devourer on the field. Try and shoot down his Death Treads, I think. Does he get away? He does get away. What is this stuff stunned by? What was that? Oh, did he drop his mine? Burrow Trap stuns vehicles? Really? To enemy units that walk over them. Fine, fair enough. Explosive damage as well. 63, 193. Down goes the Brood Nest. Orks fighting hard on this east side, trying to keep it. But there's a Swarmlord and a Carnifex now to deal with. And Floyd does have the Barb Strangler. And Swarmlord just scaring everything off with its Leech Essence. And Orks natural VP being overrun. There's a Thornback, yeah. Still got very little. Oh, this is the second Thornback from Qwest. The first one is almost level 2. Double cap here for Tyranids, and this might be it because they're also going to take this. Although, we do have a sneaky Mekboy dodging those burrow traps and capping Piano Man, losing one of his Death Treads. I still don't know if he actually meant to get double Storm Boys, which really slowed him down in terms of teching and must have bled him a hell of a lot. Something is contesting that east side over there, but that's a nasty Toronto formation, really nasty. Wow, knocking stuff flying. Don't really get a better place Toronto formation than that, setting up this attack beautifully. Warboss is going to go down. GG says Floyd, and the Tyranids are going to take this. And there we have it with 187 VPs remaining. Look at these heroes. End of the game. Level 7 mech with Mega Rumbler. Again, surprised not to see more Mekboy stuff going on in terms of war gear. I can't... Toilailee must be inside this battle wagon, but I only saw him with the battery pack. Warboss was down. We saw what he had. Claw, spiky armor, and the angry bits. Still disappointed they didn't get Boss Pole and Bang Bang Hammer. Level 6 Hive Tyrant, level 7 Raven Alpha for Floyd. Had Acid Splatter switched to the Corrosive, and a level 7 also for Qwest. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.